We step into the world of big dreams, big moves, and big money. It's the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. After 40 years, the Big Cheese remains dedicated to serving the finest Italian dinners, pizza, pasta, subs, and salads. All of their pasta is imported from Italy and cooked fresh every day. Visit BigCheeseMiami.com. Now, let's find out who's the Big Cheese the Miami Hurricanes are working on with insider Manny Navarro.
All right. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. That is Manny Navarro. How you feeling, baby? You feeling good? Has he got me there? Is he there? Oh, we can't hear you. No. Mike. You got a Mike. See, that's what you got to love about live. Because, you have some fun. You're going, now you're muted. You're muted. Volume. This amplifier goes to 11. Our amplifiers go to 11. Does
you hear me now?
Now. We got you, Verizon. We got you.
Sorry about those technical difficulties, though.
It's all good, bro. It's the beauty of life. That's what I like. All right, let's get to it. You ready? You making any plans already? You got dates and times now? You making your reservations?
Trying to enjoy my summertime is what you're talking about, or head down to the Big Cheese.
The Canes. I'm talking about the Canes. Now you got some dates, right? You got some times now.
Oh yeah, kickoff times and all that. Yeah, that's good. I mean, we've got a few of but those games were kind of expected. I think it was USF, Bethune-Cookman. We know the openers already, August 31st at 7:30. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. It's an entertaining schedule, probably the best home schedule Miami's had in years. I mean, when you think about Notre Dame coming here and Florida coming here, right? It's a pretty good start to the season.
Is the home opener sold out yet?
I don't know. It should be. It should be close to that. I've got to check in with people at Miami to see where they are, but I would assume that a lot of those tickets are gone.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to open up the season. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So talk to me about the recruiting weekend. It's obviously a big one. So should Canes fans be really pumped up about what's coming up here? Because dude, Mario's been working it as it is already.
Yeah, I mean, obviously recruiting is big for Mario, and he absolutely pours his heart into this more than anything else. That's what he does. He hands off the reins to his coaches when it comes to a lot of the football stuff on the field. But recruiting is his passion. It's what he's here for. And you look at the last few years, Miami's gotten a lot better recruits on campus. Haven't always signed them, but they've gotten a lot of top-tier guys, 5 stars, top 100 players, guys that ended up going other places in many instances.
Overall upgrade in talent, bro. You saw it on the field last year. Overall upgrade in talent. It's not even up for discussion. It's not.
No. And here's the thing people have to remember, okay? The majority of these guys are going to sign elsewhere, okay? They've got 17 visitors, 7 top 100 recruits, 4 5-star guys. I'm willing to bet Miami only ends up getting 1 or 2 of those elite guys. But the fact that they come on campus, the fact that they're here, the fact that the NCAA transfer portal exists, the reason you go through this process is to ultimately try to catch a big fish, whether it's the first time around or the second time around when they enter the portal. And so you just look at the history of the last few years. Last year, Miami had 16 visitors the first weekend. They end up getting Hayden Lowe, a 4-star top 100 edge rusher from California. They got him last year. He was the big fish that they caught from the first recruiting week. The year before that, you look June 16th, they ended up getting Justin Scott, the 5-star defensive lineman from Chicago. And then the following weekend, they ended up getting 5-star edge rusher Marquise Lightfoot. These are guys that haven't really taken the field yet, obviously, and played a lot, but they're big-time prospects. So you get excited for this, but I try to put it all in context for our listeners and our viewers, because many of them are going to say, oh, what's the point? Miami only gets a handful of these guys. Well, you still have to go out and bring them in and try to get them so that you can build your recruiting class and have a chance to upgrade the program.
By the way, and you want to upgrade your lunch today or your dinner, you go to bigcheesemiami.com, get yourself a slice or two of some amazing pizza, maybe an entire pie, little lasagna. I mean, the rolls are to die for. Plus, they give you a little side of pizza sauce. So go bigcheesemiami.com, 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. You can go to the website. You can check out the menu. It's a large menu there, so that way you can check out what you want before you get there. And, of course, tell them that Big O sent you. If you go, you tell them, hey, I heard it here on the Big O Show. And, by the way, check out the walls, man. It is historic what's on the walls. Going off of that, before I ask you about what are the big names they're going to target, what I would counter when you were talking about all of that, well, they're only going to land a few. Dude, be grateful that you're landing a few.
Yeah.
Because you are one of the few that has what, as you have mentioned before, to remind people, you have an NIL collective that is as large, as big as anybody else's out there. Your NIL collective can compete with the Big Ten, with the SEC. You're more than, your NIL is better than most of the ACC as it is. So
Yep.
yours is good enough that you're in the conversations for the same players that the top two conferences are going after. So whatever players that Mario's able to land, these are players you were never able to land before. And when I look at the team last year, the biggest disappointment I see from Mario is that's the most talent I've seen in a while, and you didn't do shit with it. So
Right.
that's the part that hurt me last year. But you got to be grateful. So with that said, go off of that part of the NIL and the collective, because that's the reason why you're in this game now.
No, 100%. And that's the thing I try to tell fans all the time who end up looking at this stuff from the big picture perspective. Oh, they only got X amount of kids, and Georgia and Ohio State still got the best ones. It's like, dude, think about where you were with Manny Diaz and Mark Richt and Al Golden and all of these guys. Like, you're not going to get a chance to start producing a bunch of winning teams and NFL, stars if you don't land these guys out of high school. It's the way it usually works. The transfers usually don't end up becoming the stars, though. It's the guys that are there for 3 years, the elite guys
Right.
that you grab and you develop. Those are the guys that end up becoming first round picks, 3 and done. Right? Those are the guys, and those are the guys that they're competing for right now. That Mario has them in the race for versus how it was before. And so,
You and I have done this segment for so long that we were laughing. Well, at least I was laughing. Well, you were laughing along with me when there was like this quarterback that we were battling, like Tulane and
yep,
Army, and like I don't know. You were like, really? This is what we're battling to get this guy? Like, are you serious?
yeah,
Now we're in the middle of the same shit with guys that want to go to Ohio State, or we just took a kid from Georgia. I mean,
yep.
Jesus Christ, dude, we were never doing that under these guys before. Plus, we were never spending this kind of money. So
Right.
be super grateful that the administration has gotten their crap together and they said, okay, this is the only way we can compete. And by the way, not everybody in the ACC has this NIL collective, which gives you an opportunity to hang in there and get into the playoffs, because there are some teams in the ACC that are never going to be able to sniff the playoffs because they don't have this NIL.
Yep. Yeah, and so you're right, and I think that's what Miami fans have to take away from all this. Yes, I was just trying to giving the warning label, like, dude,
Yeah,
we're going to talk about a lot of these guys, and many of them will not end up at Miami. But if Mario can consistently land 2 or 3 elite ones every
huge,
single year,
huge,
that's how you turn things around. That's how you
huge.
turn things around, dude.
Because again, it's funny because it comes back to the Dolphins.
Right.
You would have kept more players now. You would have had more players sacrificed to be here. You would have had more people coming to be here if you would have been winning the last couple of years under McDaniel. It's been a flop. Well, go look at what the Panthers are doing. You're winning. You're winning so much that the stars want to stay. They sacrifice. They're all taking pay cuts. You're probably going to see Marshawn say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take a little less to stay with these guys for another year or two. This is what happens here because now you've got it going the other way. This is why you and I have talked about this. This is important for Mario, man. He's got all the resources in place. He's getting the talent. He has to win. He cannot do what he did last year on a consistent basis, because then it starts going the other way. The money will be the same in Michigan and in Ohio State and in Georgia. And if they're winning and you're not, the kids are going to lean that way because, yeah, you've got the money, but you're not producing the results. And if you don't produce the results, the malaise starts. And that's exactly what the Dolphins have. It started with a lot of hype with McDaniel and the high-powered offense, and then it got kind of exposed, and you didn't build it the right way. And now everybody's jumping ship, dude.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's what Mario has to avoid. It's important that he gets the results.
Yeah. 100%.
So who are the big names that they're targeting?
Well, there's 7 guys I'm going to talk about that are top 100 recruits here, including 4 of them that are 5-star guys. So this, in terms of, you compare this weekend to all the others Mario's had, this is probably the second biggest weekend in terms of big name recruits that are here. So it's a big weekend for them. It's the best one that they're going to have this cycle. First one is defensive tackle Lamar Brown. He's a kid out of Louisiana who is probably going to end up going to LSU or Texas A&M. But this is his first visit. I've talked about how Miami got Justin Scott a couple years ago, the big 5-star defensive tackle. Last year was Hayden Lowe. I know it doesn't seem like Miami has a chance with this kid, but I would just tell you, if you look at recent history, defensive linemen are the big names that they end up pulling from other areas. So I would not rule out Miami's chance here with Lamar Brown, who is a top 10 overall prospect.
I like it.
Super talented kid. We will see
if
how
they landed the tackle, they can land him. Come on.
For sure.
Come on.
Another big name here, Tristan Keys, wide receiver, who's committed to LSU. This is going to be his 3rd trip to Miami. Okay, this is a Mississippi kid. Everybody in the SEC is after him, but you know, when you're the number 1 receiver in the country, everybody's going to want you. We will see what happens with Tristan Keys, who plays with the South Florida Express, by the way. So that's another thing to keep in mind. We will see what happens with him in the weeks ahead, but that's a name to know. You have an edge rusher, Anthony Jones from Alabama, a top 10 guy. Again, Oregon, Miami, probably going to be the 2 leading candidates for this guy. I think this one's going to play out over time. It's going to be a long race. Locally, the biggest name, I've told this to you over and over again, Derek Cooper, 5-star running back, Hollywood Chaminade, super talented kid. Can play defense as well, can be a linebacker, could be a safety. Everybody in the country's after him. This is the important one for Mario because to me, he is the best player in your backyard. And Miami, we've seen it happen before. We've seen Jeremiah Smith go to Ohio State. We've seen other elite guys in the past leave South Florida for those other premier programs. That's the one.
There we go. There you go. You're back. You're back.
Okay.
Go ahead. And Miami, you said, or just a couple seconds ago, in Miami, and then you cut out there.
Yeah, I apologize. No, I was going to say Miami has lost a lot of these elite local guys like Derek Cooper in the past, right? Jeremiah Smith and so forth. And so to me, that's the one, me personally, from like a big storyline perspective, is can Miami win and keep some of these elite kids from leaving in terms of homegrown kids. And then 3 more names to know. Samari Matthews, cornerback out of North Carolina, 4-star guy. Chauncey Kennan, another 4-star guy out of Sarasota Booker, and then Messiah Hampton, a kid out of New York, big-time wide receiver. They don't have many top 100 guys. Messiah is probably going to end up going to Oregon. Oregon just hired the Syracuse wide receivers coach not too long ago. That's the guy he's had the longest relationship with. But he's here. He's going to commit on June 13. Miami is in it for him. The NIL packages, I'm sure, are really, really good. Miami would love to have an elite receiver in this class.
All right, good stuff. Make sure you follow him on Twitter so you can get all of the insider or X, whatever. Manny_Navarro, and better yet, subscribe to The Athletic, support him, and get great information on all the teams, everything going on across the country, and international soccer too. You can get there also. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. We will catch up next week. Have a great weekend.
All right, brother. You too. Take care.
You got it. The Big Cheese. Go to bigcheesemiami.com for delicious food. The pasta is shipped from Italy, cooked fresh daily. You get family servings. You know, you've noticed over the last few years, you go to a lot of places, they might charge you more and give you less. Well, when you go to the Big Cheese, you probably end up taking food home because they still serve you a whole lot of food. So you get a lot for your money, which is a beautiful thing. BigCheeseMiami.com.
You've been listening to the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. At the Big Cheese Miami, they continue to purchase the same high-quality ingredients that the most expensive Italian restaurants use. The difference is they serve large portions at a family price. Visit the Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue in Miami. Call 305-662-6855 or go to thebigcheesemiami.com. Go Canes!